This is a tale of two cities, two of North America's favorite cities, Vancouver and San Francisco. Both announced plans to create vital new neighborhoods on former rail yards at the water's edge, along False Creek in Vancouver and in Mission Bay in San Francisco. Yet only one has succeeded in attracting and keeping families with children.
As far as the city of Vancouver, going right back to the 1970s, we had a reform council, and they decided that we wanted families with children in the city. So it was very much a public policy objective.
From the beginning, we said there needed to be a clustering of community facilities at the heart of that new neighborhood that we were designing. So that meant a community center, childcare, and the school.
I can remember when we had the public meetings about the design of the Elsie Royce School, and all these families with children showed up. I was just amazed. It became very apparent that the school was going to be full the moment it opened.
It is never too early to start planning for the school. It's the absolute bedrock of building healthy society.
But that's not what happened in San Francisco's Mission Bay. Despite land being given to the school district, no school has been built, and a separate playground and a Little League park remain fields of dreams.
Okay, bye.
Mommy, kiss goodbye.
Have a good day.
That leaves Mission Bay families like the Wallaces with very few neighborhood options for their children and a grinding commute to get their kids to school.
Mission Bay was just being built out, and there was a lot of talk around the mayor wanting to create a neighborhood in the city that was very kid and family friendly. One of the things they said in this neighborhood, there would be a school just within blocks. The school has not come to fruition.
This is where many cities fail. They forget that it's about the school, that it's about the things that happen in the community center that would be supportive of that child.
Mission Bay, although still a work in progress, has already attracted hundreds of families with very young children. But the only public resource that serves neighborhood families is the local library, where story times have seen as many as 140 people crammed into a room meant to hold 55. The fire department had to be called in to limit attendance.
I saw a green duck.
We have to turn people away. If we had story times all day long, 7 days a week, I don't think that we would still meet the demand.
Parents in Vancouver, like Melanie Osmack, have had a very different experience. They wouldn't live anywhere else.
We can walk everywhere. We don't waste 3 hours of our day sitting in traffic. We've got a lot of parks. I mean, if you look out my window, you can see 3 of them just from my window. There's 5 parks we can get to in less than 10 minutes.
Vancouver now has thousands of school-aged children living in and around its downtown. In Mission Bay and surrounding downtown San Francisco neighborhoods, it's a much different story.
Most of the kids that Sarah has grown up with in this neighborhood have all left. Personally, I'd like my daughter to grow up in the city. I feel like there's so much the city has to offer her in terms of culture and the diversity.
But without a neighborhood school, without a community center, without the resources that make neighborhoods family-friendly, the Wallaces felt they had no choice. Reluctantly, they left Mission Bay for the suburbs.
If the education problem was solved, we'd still be here. We wouldn't be leaving.
And we should be planning and designing our cities so that children are not only tolerated, they are welcomed, they are encouraged, and it's a rich, exciting place for a kid to grow up.
To learn more, including how to support this groundbreaking project, please visit savingthecity.org.